From the home of the Bills since 1973, we are at Highmark Stadium, just south of downtown Buffalo. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Throwing on first down is Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Allen. A quick throw, but incomplete. The Bills now at 2-5 to start play. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run for the first time with James Cook. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 22. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley, he had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Well, this defense for the Bills, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
In motion is the tight end Gates. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, and that's complete to Gates. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
A first down carry for Barkley. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. He'll get it inside the 20. Touchdown, Broncos. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up, then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. That's Pierce. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
all these years we've been watching the game, I'm starting to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys have to touch the ball and carry it. They're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Michael O.J. Mudia. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
The middle with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 3rd down, Wilson. Right side catch. This is Gates. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
They go play action now. Wilson. And that's going to be caught by Sutton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. Gates with a grab. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6. They run the option on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. How about that? Their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos are once again back in front. This time the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Alert!
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Allen. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From midfield, here's Allen. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cook up the gut. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Middle.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Cook again.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now they'll throw with Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen.
Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. A solid stiff arm. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Now Allen. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. His 5th touchdown on the ground, number 8 overall. And the Bills are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fields this way up at the 17. And he returns this to the 22. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough To keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. Oh, he bowls over it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
Well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there. And
you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
In motion is the tight end Gates. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. To throw is Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he's got it inside the 10. Touchdown. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Broncos have yet again retaken the lead.
McManus now for the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 79 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Allen now on 1st down. Going deep for Diggs. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Wilson. And his throw is incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Barkley, inside handoff. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And with great starting field position and one timeout in their pocket, they can still come away with points here in the late going. Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. On second down, Cook. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for third down.
Playing pass all the way.
Now Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. That one goes for 8 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
On first down, Allen.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a first and goal.
So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Allen to throw once more. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Allen going to throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Refs calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They've reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Seriously? Was that even a play? Man, that was terrible. Awful execution. Just disgraceful.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, Wilson.
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. And the Bills are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
That's a tough way to start the 3rd quarter. You get the football up and drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give him the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Completion was given up, and that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because Those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Beginning this series with a handoff to Cook.
And he's got room. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bills have cut it back within a score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is down to 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter, despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 49-yard line.
A handoff to Barkley on the option. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
In motion is the tight end Gates.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And down inside the 35 he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, 0-0-0.
A handoff to Barkley, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
14.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The center receiver in motion to the right. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Let's look double count right here, double count. Pull out.
They go play action with Wilson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. Operating from the gun, Wilson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. The kick by McManus is good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
The offense on third down, they've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Allen to throw it. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. He appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Gotta have this one. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have the Bills first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Half 85, half 85. Alert!
give to Cook out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. James Cook, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bills use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away in the 4th. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic. A lot of fun to watch.
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Fields this way up at the 17. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This will be caught. Judy. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Up the middle with Barkley. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer or even pick up the 1st down if they can. It's 3rd down. Now Wilson. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. In motion is the tight end Gates. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Oh, no, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
They'll start on the ground with Moss. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up.
We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Here's Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Walk with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
Exactly right. You got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Wilson to throw.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Micah Hyde.
And the Bills have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that, because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
fallen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Buffalo,
they get a much-needed victory to get to 3-5 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.